The views and opinions expressed in the Golden Boot podcast are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Golden Boot podcast as a whole.
Y'all ready to get rolling? Quiet on the set. Hey, welcome back. Another hot episode of HBCU Hour. It's your boy Pooh Bear. Got my man Aunt Petty Murphy in the building. Happy 2024 HBCU Hour. What's going on with you, my boy?
It's been a minute, man.
Yeah, it has. It has. Ain't nothing really happened though in this time. Shoot. Man. I do want to say this, man. I'm gonna start this off like this. 2024. So far in 2024, I've had a classmate or a teammate. His son was shot and killed. It was a lady who my dad grew up with, you know what I'm saying, and me and her kids were, you know what I'm saying, grew up together. The baby brother was shot and killed. I had a classmate, you know what I'm saying, passed away from like a heart attack. And then, you know what I'm saying, with that said, man, I've lost people who's necessarily physically still here, but you know what I'm saying, not necessarily in my life anymore. For various reasons. So I just want to say, love on your people, man. Let's enjoy this year for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't mean to start on a somber note, but I think it's more of a realization, man. It's we got to enjoy every day. So I'm gonna enjoy every time we do a pod, every time we do a show together. I'm going to enjoy it. I do enjoy it. So I'm gonna make, you know what I'm saying, I think we got big plans for this year. We're gonna do big things. So
for sure.
Yep. Our man Chuck in the building said, "What's up?" My bad. I kind of feel like I brought down the mood. My bad. We're gonna spice back up though. Simple in this thing said, "Welcome back, Ant." What's good, Mar?
What's that? And Happy New Year to y'all.
I want you to know why in your absence, they was clowning your internet.
I seen, bro. I got on Nick about that last night.
He was clowning your internet. So somebody said you had the AOL disc.
Yeah, I seen this. Yeah.
So
yeah. One of them on here tonight, though. I noticed that.
Say what now?
So I noticed neither one of them on here.
Yeah, they not in here yet. They're not in here yet. I'm sure they'll make their way up in here. I know we usually, you know what I'm saying, do the bet online ad right here. But I think we should, you know what I'm saying, kind of talk about some of the other things, you know what I'm saying, going on in the HBCU, and, you know, especially end of the football season. There have been a lot of moving parts, man. I feel like this camera is so off. I can't even. Maybe there we go. A lot of moving parts have happened. Our guy, Coach Coaxum at Bluefield State. They parted ways earlier this week. If you are in the coaching search, you looking for somebody who's going to be a professional, who's going to motivate your team, motivate your fan base, get the crowd pumped up, you know what I'm saying, as a man of the people, Coach Coaxum is your guy. Jump started that program back up at Bluefield State during COVID at that. So
yeah, he had a rough hand that he was dealt, man. Hey, I hate to see him go, man. You know what I mean? I know he really did a lot for that program, getting it back going and kind of getting it off the ground. So good luck to whoever comes in after him. Best of success to them. But I think that's a tough job that they got on their hands.
Yes. I completely agree.
Hold
Simple.
on.
Man, Simple came out the top rope. I'll let you get back. But Simple say he heard, you know what I'm saying, as those of you have heard, Nick Saban is retired from Alabama. Simple said he heard that Saban going to Grambling. I'm gonna let Ant come back. I'm gonna find out what position he coaching. I think that's your new DB coach.
That's our new DC, baby.
That's your DC. Y'all got a DC. That's the DB coach.
Yeah, DB coach. Yeah, that'll work.
He might be the LD coach. Lil Debbie.
I don't know, man. They don't make charges no more, so I don't know how good he's gonna be.
Man. That man can't recruit. What are they gonna do? I heard Saban retired because electric vehicles was coming out.
Now they got rid of them Dodge Chargers, man.
Yeah.
They don't make them no more. So
that's like it's a why is this boy coming? He coming in here yelling. Trying to think, man. There's something else happening. Of course, we got the FAMU situation. I'm trying to wait before we go there. We got Texas Southern.
Ain't nothing happened now. You might as well skip that.
I do want to. You know what? Let's talk about Texas Southern real quick before we get our guy, man. Is supposed to be joining us. I know he's doing some training right now, so hopefully he can join us. Texas Southern. Everybody thought that was, you know what I'm saying, Fred McNair, home run hire, done deal. And then it hit a snag when the Board of Regents did not approve it. Then all of a sudden it became Andre Johnson. Then they brought back Maxey for a second interview. Ed Reed put out, he was interested online. Nobody asked him no. Well, he put it out there. And then the latest is Hines Ward.
Yeah, man. They don't know what they want to do over there, bro.
I don't know. So I'm gonna be honest with you. From what I've been hearing, a lot of stuff we're hearing, these names aren't real candidates. As far as like the board hadn't even talked about or you know, so it's just like I don't know where these names, you know what I'm saying, if somebody's just throwing these names out there or what, but I will say Hines Ward does have coaching experience in college and in college, NFL, and XFL or USFL, one of the spring football leagues. So I understand that. I just don't know. I don't get it.
I mean, at what point are you didn't have a coach for the early signing period. I mean, the second signing period is creeping up on us. It'll be here before you know it. At what point are you handcuffing your next coach? I mean, you already have to a certain extent. At this point, you putting him behind 3 8 balls, trying to get him, you know what I mean, going, you know, the traction going into next season. So he won't be able to recruit high school kids pretty much, except for the ones who just fell all the way through the cracks. So I mean, you ain't doing nothing but hurting the man, whoever you're trying to hire, by waiting this long.
Yeah. That is big facts. Hold on one second. Let me double check something here because yeah, so that's big facts. Nothing, like you said, you're doing nothing but hurting your next coach by pretty much stalling out, man. I'm trying to figure out what are they looking for.
I don't know, bro. I don't know if they know.
That's hurt. Speaking of not knowing what they're looking for, man, we might as well go ahead and go here. FAMU. FAMU put in a massive effort when it first was announced that Coach Simmons was going to leaving for Duke for a position running back coach. That was like, I guess, went through the weekend. They, he pretty much gave him through the weekend. Alumni, the NAA raised $100,000 to try to keep him. Efforts were to basically pay the bonuses, pay the coaches, nice little salary raise for everyone. Coach Simmons ultimately decided to leave. I've heard various reasons. I haven't heard. I think our good man Zach is supposed to be doing an interview with him soon, so we may find out a little bit more. I don't want to speculate. Let him tell his own story. But with that, FAMU all of a sudden went to sleep and woke up in Texas Southern body, because now it's a battle between the AD and the board on that side as well.
The Alumni Association gave a vote of no confidence for the AD. So I mean, it looks like everybody assumed that their hire would be made very smoothly, swiftly, no bumps, no hassles or anything like that. But it seems like that the opposite is going to happen. It's going to be a drawn out scenario, and they might be making some other changes other than just hiring a head coach.
Right. It originally looked like we were only going to have three coaching searches. We had Grambling, Southern,
South Carolina State.
I forgot about South Carolina State. South Carolina State, and four, because you had Texas Southern. We knew they weren't renewing Coach McKinney's contract. This is ultimately turned into 5 and 6, easily. I don't know. AD Sykes came out with Coach Gibbs, who's currently the head coach at Fort Valley State, and FAMU alumni did not like that one bit.
Not at all, my boy.
You know the story there, right? Or have you seen the story there? The tie and why they were so. It's two parts to it. The first part, apparently, no one currently on the staff was interviewed for the head coaching position. Alumni wanted to see, see one of those guys get an opportunity to keep the ship rolling, keep the thing rolling, see if they can run it back one more time. The other thing about it, Coach Gibbs was coached at North Carolina A&T, and apparently in 2019 there was a big fight between North Carolina A&T and Florida A&M, and he was labeled the instigator.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know how true it is. I've heard conflicting accounts. But with that said, his run as a candidate is up, as you just mentioned. There was a vote of no confidence put in. At this point, you just talked about Texas Southern going behind the 8 ball. Where you sit?
Yeah, I mean, at least if you FAMU, you were able to bring in a nice recruiting class. I know some of those guys have decommitted since the Willie Simmons departure was announced. But at least you were able to bring in some guys and get some guys signed in the early signing period. So I mean, your roster isn't as depleted as Texas Southern's is, and you're in a better situation now. And they kind of were late to the party in a sense because of when they get, their coaching search kicked off. So I mean, it's a little different than Texas Southern, but in a sense, he is gonna be behind the 8 ball because of whenever he takes the job.
Yes. Also, he's gonna have to rebuild the staff. The staff members have been leaving, going out everywhere. What's good, Norm? Staff members have been being poached.
Yeah.
And one of, as my man Chuck just put in, Devin Rispers, the recruiting director, the man who has been pulling off these I guess you could say miracles, or these epic pulls. He's now gone to Colorado. God called him. Or maybe just Dion. But he got a call. So he is now headed to Boulder.
Yeah, that's an interesting move there, man. I thought Willie Simmons would be the one joining Dion in Colorado, if anybody from FAMU staff would have. But interesting move for him. I'm not mad at him, man. Elevate when you get the chance. And Dion, that's a smart move from him. You see what he's been able to do down there at FAMU and bringing in talent. So anytime you can get a guy who can bring in talent, it's good to have on your staff.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't know. I'll give you, if you're FAMU, you're the AD. You're able to smooth over some of this turmoil that's going on. Now you can actually get to the business of picking a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this: who is someone you may look at reaching out to?
That's a good question, man. I mean, I didn't think that the hire that she was trying to make was a bad hire, in my opinion. But I don't know, man. It's so late in the game. I don't know how many people.
You're almost kind of forced to go internal. Almost.
Yeah, I wouldn't say forced, but you kind of like, that might be one of your best options considering how late in the game it is.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking at. You've got I think it's Coach Roll is the guy that they were mentioning. That originally they said was going to be the person taking over. I think they initially said interim, or I think they said fully take over. Can't remember, but I might look there. A name I've said a lot. I don't know if anybody's reached out to him. Billy Roll, there you go. Thank you. Appreciate it, Chuck. You got to look at KJ, Coach KJ Black. Hot name. He's familiar with the program. I don't know if you almost, because like you said, this almost sabotage at this point.
Yeah.
Self-inflicted. I don't want to go there, but yeah. Our man Melanated said the FAMU folks grinding for handcuffing Sykes like that though. They're gonna have the janitor coaching and the head security guard as the AD. Shaking my head. That's another question. If you are AD Sykes, you're now second guessing every decision you make almost. When it, you know what I'm saying, as it pertains to,
I mean, you gotta be feeling like you being micromanaged.
big time. Not just that, like you said, micromanage. Not even AD Sykes. If you're the next AD, period, you got to kind of be looking at this like, if I go there, how much leeway do I have? What decisions can I make?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I mean, don't look like the fan base and the alumni are behind you in whatever decisions you make. So you got to be kind of. At what point do you kind of make decisions to appease them instead of just going with your first mind?
Right. It's gonna be tough. From here on out, it's going to be tough. But man, I just hope that they can get this together because there's a lot of people who decided to. We just had our man Cardell on, talk with him, and he decided to go back because he said, he unfinished business. He had some things he wanted to improve on and work on. You got a lot of players like that. You've got at Texas Southern, a lot of players who, giving that blood, sweat, and tears, and now they're stuck. I'm gonna say they're stuck. They're in a point where you're at a point where none of the adults are doing their part.
Yeah. And they're the ones getting hurt in the end.
Bingo. Literally and figuratively, unfortunately. But yeah, that's that. Let's talk a little basketball real quick. Let me look and see who's I know since we last talked, when we had Coach Thornton on, man, the UAPB has been on a roll. They ended up losing to Ole Miss, but they have been on a roll since then. They've done had some phenomenal games. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, they 2-0 in conference along with Jackson State and Southern right now.
Yeah. It's a collision course. It's a collision course going on right now for on Monday they beat Alabama State. But it's a collision course. They got to go take on Jackson State February 12th. Well, not go. They host Jackson State. Not just that. They got Grambling at the end of this month. So
yeah, it's gonna shake out to be a pretty competitive conference slate this year, man. On the SWAC women's side, bro. Jackson State been running away with it the past couple of years, but I don't know if they'll be able to run away with it this year. They probably still the favorite, but UAPB right there on their tails. And then on the MEAC women's side, I think
it's Norfolk State versus everybody.
Yeah,
it's Norfolk State versus everybody.
They're the Jackson State of the last couple of years on the SWAC side. You know what I mean? In the MEAC right now, bro. 12-4 overall, man. Crazy whenever you look at what they've been able to do this year, man. But getting that transfer from NC State, Diamond Johnson, that's been huge for them, man. She's been a program change and kind of single-handedly carrying this team to heights that they probably. I mean, I know I wasn't expecting this, going into the season. I know they had her on the team, but still, man, being able to dominate the way they have is kind of unexpected for me.
Yeah. I just want to look at man, we talked about UAPB, Maya Pete, the center, because I know we talked about Green, but Maya Pete, the center for UAPB, killing it. She was actually she got Player of the Week honors awarded on what's that? I guess that's Tuesday. But I'm trying to find here the standings because Southern, the team that knocked off Jackson State in the tournament last year, they acquired 2-0 as well. 4-9 on the season, but they 2-0. Bethune 10-4, 1-0 in the conference. So it's definitely some competition heating up on the women's side.
Yeah, don't Southern record fool you though. They're 4-9 because you remember they knocked out Mississippi State.
Yes, they did.
So they definitely a talented team.
Yeah, the women knocked off Mississippi State too.
Oh, that was the men's, wasn't it?
That mean, oh yeah. The men's did, yeah.
I'm tripping. I thought the Southern women beat somebody. Who they beat?
Let me look that up real quick. Let me see if I can beat Chuck. Oklahoma.
That's who it was. That's who
Oklahoma.
It was. I knew they had a Power 5 win. I got the mixed up. Okay.
Yeah. They knocked off Oklahoma. Yeah, things definitely heating up over there. On the men's side, then I'm gonna go MEAC after this. Let's see. On the men's side, I'm gonna tell you who's heating up. Jackson State.
Yep.
Actually, Jackson State and Alabama State playing right now. Southern's 2-0 in the conference. Alabama State's 2-0 in the conference. 7-8 overall. And Jackson State's 1-0 but 5-9. And yeah. I say that until something changes. I'm still Texas. I think it's gonna be Texas Southern in a tournament.
You gotta pick them to win the conference tournament at this point, bro. They might not win the regular season, but conference tournament, they're gonna be the favorites.
Yeah, oh yeah. Now look at the MEAC side. As we say on the women's side, it is pretty much Norfolk State and then everybody else at this point. Trying to see if I can.
Sure. Copper State undefeated right now too, though. Just to give them their credit, they undefeated right now in conference play. But I think Norfolk is prohibitive favorite by far.
Yeah, what they've done, the teams they've beaten. Yeah, give me Norfolk all day on the women's side. On the men's side, North Carolina Central has been holding tough. North Carolina Central, Howard, they aren't exactly as who I thought they were as of right now.
That's fair.
Norfolk State is I think they're down 3 bodies on 3 key players right now. But they're still competitive. So
yeah, Howard has been a little disappointing considering what they did last year. I know they lost a lot, but you expect Coach Blakeney and them to get that thing right before the season's over with.
Yeah, I completely agree. I know we're supposed to have Jordan on. I know he was doing training. We may not have him. I'll reach out back out. We may have to reschedule him. Also, before we get ready to wrap up, I hate to make this a short episode like this, but before we get ready to wrap up, gymnastics. Gymnastics season has started. We're actually about to see it start for the HBCUs on tomorrow as Talladega gets things rolling as they let me pull up their schedule so I can tell you. I know they compete tomorrow, their first meet. And they are at Florida tomorrow. They'll be at Florida. Also, there'll be Fisk and George Washington University. So that's that one. And then they'll turn around and compete on Monday at Fisk University against Fisk, of course, Iowa State, Rutgers, William and Mary, and Brown. So we're going to try to have, as a matter of fact, I'm looking, a lot of these meets that they're in, Fisk is going to be there as well. So that's actually a really good sign. I'm looking forward to seeing them compete, seeing Coach Asia and her girls, what they can do. Definitely going to try to have her on next week. I think it's when we're supposed to schedule to have her on. I got to reach back out and set that up. But we'll have her on, talk about, saying the season start, the team, the rotation, and everything else. So see how that goes. Again, I hate that we made a short one. Was trying to, like I said, trying to have guests on. Unfortunately, I know he's doing training right now, trying to get ready for this NFL draft. Ant, you got anything before we get ready to get up out of here?
Nah, hopefully there will be a coaching announcement made before we have another show again. But I wouldn't hold my breath on that.
Yeah. Actually, this who finds a coach first? Texas Southern, FAMU.
I'm gonna say FAMU.
I agree. Man, you know what? I didn't do it. I got to do it because we're going to get in trouble if we don't. Let me give a shout out to our sponsor over at BetOnline. BetOnline.ag. We'll be back in 1 minute. BetOnline.ag is your number one source for all your sports information, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds, lines, and player injury reports for this year's NBA and NHL playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters. This season, we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. We have everything from NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL to golf, tennis, UFC, and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games that you can play right from your home. Head on over to betonline.ag today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use the promo code BLEAV to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Yeah, we're going to get in trouble for that one. But it's in there. I'm trying to think. We got anything else for real before we get up out of here? We can talk gymnastics. Trying to think, man. I know we haven't talked about transfer portal. Some updates. Tomorrow might get interesting.
Yeah.
Tomorrow might get interesting. Harold Blood, originally committed to Mississippi Valley State, now is going to Missouri.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
That's
he's got a brother there.
Oh, okay.
He's got a brother at Missouri, but that still was kind of.
And then Keyshawn decommitted from Vanderbilt and committed to Western Kentucky. That was another one I saw. I can't remember right now though.
Yeah. I've seen some pretty good names. I say good names. Some pretty big, kind of shocking names that I wasn't expecting.
Ken Griffith's son.
He went to Boise State. Yeah, Tevin Griffey is just signed with Boise State. So that was yes, Chuck. Yes, Harold Blood is going to the University of Missouri. So Yep.
This transfer portal wild, man.
Yeah. It giveth and it taketh away. So, just about all of Benedict's roster is now down the street in Orangeburg.
Yeah, you kind of expected that to happen, though.
You did. It's gonna be interesting though. This season, football season can't get here fast enough. We ain't got through basketball. We just what? Lord have mercy. It's really good. Yeah, I know. Still, ain't no off season.
That is true. Not anymore. Not the transfer portal.
No, sir. Yeah.
That's a big move, though.
That is a big move. Isn't that and Melanie says it's not HBCU, but don't forget Judkins to Ohio State. That is true. Caleb Downs from Alabama, they say he's talking to them now too. So that's supposed to be taking the trip. Yeah, he's supposed to be taking the trip to Ohio State.
I didn't know he was in the portal.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know if he's in or not. Well, I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting. But man, let me go ahead and get up out of here. We'll be back next week. Might have to reschedule some of these, see if we can get some catch up with Jordan, and we'll go from there. But like that, we out. This show was presented by betonline.ag.
Bring me my money.